News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
And how would you like to make $100,000 a year protecting a bird? Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Wednesday, May 13th. 2015. The sky's overcast, had lots of overnight rain, which we desperately need. Right now, it's sprinkling just a little bit. We have 48 degrees in Missoula. And our newscast, sponsored by Dig It Excavating, bringing 30 years of excellence to every job. Call 214-4292. This from the Associated Press. State officials are planning to hire 5 full-time employees this summer to protect a bird species that's a candidate for the federal endangered species list. The state of Montana plans to spend about $500,000 a year on the salaries for at least 5 new positions, starting with a program director who will oversee the management of the sage grouse. The team will be housed in the governor's office and tasked with distributing $10 million over the next 2 years to conserve the habitat and population of the ground-dwelling bird. A court-ordered deadline requires the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to decide by September 30th whether the animal will be added to a list of threatened or endangered species. Montana and other western states are taking steps they hope will make the designation and accompanying federal regulations unnecessary. I don't know where to sign up either. This week, Providence Health and Services Western Montana announced it was embarking on a new venture called the Northern Rockies Healthcare Alliance, which could radically change the way Montanans pay for health care. Regional Chief Operating and Strategic Officer Mark Wakai describes the intent behind that new alliance.
We are partnering with the Sisters of Charity of Leavenworth here in the state of Montana to create a coordinated care network. The intent is to provide a reduction in costs and improve quality and improve the patient experience by coming together in this coordinated approach for the benefit of Montanans.
The alliance hopes to bring not only better care, but a new philosophical approach to the way Montanans pay for it. Wakai says one of the chief benefits will be a lower cost.
A reduction in duplication of care, coordination of such care, and making sure that what you need is what you're getting, and if you're not receiving that, then this payment mechanism that we currently are in, which is a fee for service, would move to a fee for value. So you would pay for what you're expecting to receive.
Wakai says the new payment system is a mea culpa of sorts for the hospital industry, which has often been blamed for the rising cost of health care. A full-sized pickup rear-ended a stopped school bus about 3 miles east of Polson on Monday, sending 3 students to the hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries. Montana Highway Patrol Trooper Terry Rosenbaum said 10 or 11 students were on the bus at the time of the crash. One was getting off the bus at the time of the impact and was thrown several feet. Rosenbaum said the pickup was traveling, quote, at a significant speed, end quote. When it struck the bus, both vehicles were damaged. He told Jeff Smith at Kerr AM that 19-year-old Daniel Fellows of Big Fork was evaluated for minor injuries and arrested on suspicion of 3 felony counts of criminal endangerment. Fellows appeared in court Tuesday where his bail was set at $10,000. Rosenbaum said just before the crash, the pickup had illegally passed another stopped school bus. A mailer that went out to Montana voters during the last election cycle showed 2 Montana Supreme Court candidates on a graph with the names Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. Well, that may end up costing the universities of Dartmouth and Stanford thousands of dollars. The universities say the mailers were part of a study. However, Montana's Political Practices Commissioner, Jonathan Modell, found they also broke Montana's campaign financing laws.
Stanford and Dartmouth engaged in a communication that was designed to encourage people to vote for a particular candidate. And because of that, they should have registered with the Commissioner of Political Practices Office and reported and disclosed to Montanans the amount of money they spent and the source of the money, and they did not do that.
Modell said the flyer was designed to increase voter turnout among those who received the mailer, and also noted nearly twice as many mailers went to heavily Democratic districts in Montana. Modell's decision came out yesterday, and the response from the universities has not been good.
I've had reported to me that they say they're disappointed, so they're not in agreement that they've violated Montana's campaign practice laws, but they have been civil and have sought, I think, to deal fairly with Montanans on this, so I am hopeful that we'll be able to resolve this without the necessity of litigation.
The fines could be upwards of $40,000. The U.S. oil industry is challenging new rules aimed at reducing the risk of catastrophic accidents involving crude moved by rail. The American Petroleum Institute petitioned the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Washington to block a requirement that railroad tank cars known to fail be phased out or upgraded. The petition, found late Monday, also challenges a requirement for more advanced braking systems on fuel hauling trains. Yesterday, Montana Attorney General Tim Fox announced the Office of Consumer Protection, along with other nationwide organizations, reached settlements with Sprint and Verizon that include $158 million in payments to resolve mobile cramming. Assistant Attorney General Andres Holliday explains.
Typically, what someone might see is a $9 or $10 per month premium for a text message. Subscription service, maybe horoscopes or trivia or sports scores that they don't recall ever approving, and they just come in might come in as a recurring monthly charge.
Halliday says Montana received a little over $306,000 for its participation in the settlements. The national mobile cramming settlements would be a total of $723,000 for Montana.
Overall, the state is going to receive about $131,000 from Sprint in the settlement and about $175,000 from Verizon. Those monies go specifically to continue the Montana Office of Consumer Protection's enforcement of the consumer laws, dedicating staff times towards investigations like this.
For more information on how you can apply for your refunds, you can go to our website at newstalkkgvo.com. We have the links there. One Montana town, specifically River City, the one we're living in, was recently named one of the top 10 college towns in the country. According to a recent study, here's University of Montana Vice President Peggy Kaur.
We learned just a few days ago that Missoula was named to the list of the top 10 college towns in the United States. And we're the only town in Montana that's in that best college towns list. And this is by the American Institute for Economic Research College Destinations.
The index lists the top 75 destinations for the last 2 years, with Missoula falling at the number 9 spot. Other towns, Ithaca, New York, Corvallis, Oregon, and College Station, Texas.
They were looking at a number of things. One is the high level of brain gain. So a lot of people who have college degrees who are living and working in this town, they're looking at the high concentration we have of entertainment and the arts on campus and across Missoula. And they're also looking at all the recreation.
Get more information on our website, newstalkkgvo.com. News Talk time now is 6:12.
News Talk KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly cloudy to cloudy skies with scattered showers and a few weak rumbles of thunder. Highs will top out in the low 60s. Showers diminish tonight. Overnight lows drop back into the upper 30s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for Missoula's KECI 13.